Hey guys, welcome back to Fruitopia. We're we're having cooler weather this week than we did last week. We're back down to the high teens after being spoilt with 22, 24, 26 and 28. Now we're at 18, which again is not that cold, but because I'm doing tropicals, you want to be, well, they want to be above 20, preferably 24 and above, below 32. So that's why I keep harping on the fact that the climate is very important. If you're growing these tropicals, like this avocado right here. Now, the avocado doesn't mind 18. It can happily survive with 18 every day. But even that, which is only a subtropical, not a true tropical, would prefer 22, low 20s. So, yeah. Anyhow, I wanted to show you what I've been up to the last couple of days. I've planted out half of the vegetables, and I still got another half to go from Bunnings. And I've been mowing, guys, back-breaking work. Mowing and trimming. Whew. It's the first major mow that I've done for spring, which isn't too bad. I remember back when I first started Fruitopia, the season would start in August, not October. You know, more energy, more enthusiasm, more oomph, right? So nowadays I start in October, the season. Yeah, but the plants, some of them are ready in August, like the avocados. They start waking up in August, and the oranges, well, about the same time, right? August/September. So, as you can see, I butchered the lawn. Yeah, it took me 3 hours here in the back and 2 hours in the front. So it was a 5-hour ordeal. Yeah, it's an ordeal. It's no longer fun. It's no longer fun, guys, spending 5 hours cleaning up. Used to be fun when I was in my 30s. So what I do now, in my 60s, yeah, I'm already 60, guys. I split it up. I do like 2 hours a day, 2 hours or 3 hours or maximum 4 hours. I can't go beyond 4 hours. And do it that way in order to not cause any damage. All right, so I have a lot of projects to do. I still haven't protected this guy from the hot sun. It's coming up, the American pawpaw. Let's have a look here. North American pawpaw. Oh gee, I haven't got my glasses again. This is not going to be good. Oh, thankfully I can zoom in. Thank you, Zoom. Zoom saves the day. Even better than my glasses. Okay, that's the scientific name, although it's missing. Half of it's missing. So yeah, this one woke up about a week ago. It even had a flower on it, which it dropped, a flower bud, at the beginning of October. So once the flower buds drop, you know that it's not going to fruit. And that's fine. It's only like, it's a seedling. Is it a seedling or a cutting? Let me see. Seedling, yeah. It's only been in the ground for 2 years, so it's coming into its 3rd year. I used to have the fig tree there, which I butchered earlier this year with a chainsaw, and I kind of regret it, because the reason I did it was to give these guys some sun. The citrus, the longans, 2 longans, and the curry, right? It was for their benefit. Not so much the starfruit. Starfruit prefers shade until it's, you know, monster size. And this one's not going anywhere near monster size. I don't know why. After 10 years, it's still dwarfed. I still don't understand why starfruit doesn't work here. Yeah, but anyway, that's very low on the priority list. The longan gets a higher priority than the starfruit, and we got our first longans. If you go and check, back in early winter, around June. They weren't that crash hot, but at least it's moving forward, unlike this guy. This guy hasn't moved forward at all in 10 years. Don't know what's up with the starfruit. Longan is moving, but slow. Extremely slow. And this here is a 7-year-old Longan. 7 years, man. I think maybe 7 or 8 years. Super slow, but moving. It's actually moving and it's fruiting. Yeah, so now that I got rid of the sun protection for this pawpaw, we're going to have problems with him. Because I lost one a year ago due to, it was either sun or, I'll go and show you, hang on. This is going to be a long video, by the way. Yay! I've got to clear out some of the storage. I've filled it up with a lot of videos that I haven't deleted yet. So that's where it used to be, the other pawpaw, the first one I planted like 6 years ago, and it died last year. Now it's getting protection from the loquat. Too late, right? I planted this only 2 years ago. Look at the size of it. In 2 years, man. In 2 years. That's why I keep saying loquat is your best friend. Look. This grew like they grow in the tropics, right? Now a star fruit or a star apple or a Rollinia or whatever will be this big after 2 years in the true tropics. Not Brisbane, but Daintree, right? The Daintree. That's how big the trees get in 2 years. Well, we get that growth here too, but only with temperate, warm temperate trees like this loquat, unfortunately. And not only that, guys, it's fruited in its 3rd year. Look, how crazy is that? Huh? Look. So plant and grow loquats. If you're in a cool climate and you want that tropical look and you want it fast, you want it like, you know, ASAP. So yeah, that's where the pawpaw was, and I replaced it with a Grumi Chama, which I grew from seed. And as you can see, this is doing great. And this is a sun lover. He welcomes the sun, unlike the pawpaw. Here's another one. They hate direct sun when they're young. Right? 6 years, man. 6 years. This one has flowered and set tiny little fruit in the past, but they fall off. He's going to need sun protection also. And I took away his sun barrier. This plum, this 20-year-old plum, which I also butchered together with a fig tree. That fig there and this plum, which was 6 meters tall. I butchered it, guys. So now the sun, by the way, is there. Well, not today, but you know. So now I have to create a sun protection structure for this guy and the other pawpaw. Two structures. Oh man, I covered the loquat, and even though I covered it, someone's getting in there and taking bites. Can you believe it, guys? After all that work, someone is sneaking in. They're still managing to get in there. Look, what a little devil. And the reason for that is because I didn't fully tie it up. See that opening down there? So that I can get in there. I'm not going to undo knots every day so I can get in and out. It was just for my convenience. And he found this loophole. Guys, they're so clever. But the good news is he's only eaten like 3 out of 100. So I'll give him that. He can have 3 or 4 or 5. As long as he doesn't eat half of them like he was doing before I put the net on there. Before I put the net on there, he was eating all of them, not half of them. He was having every single one. Little bastard. And then we have these, which I can't cover because it's too big. Yeah, that's a 35-year-old loquat tree. They're the tiny little ones. But they're sweeter than this one, which are nice and big. So it depends if you want. Look at that. It's not even ripe. And he got into it. Little bastard. Yeah. So, and there's another one that he got. Guys, every year, for the last 30 years, we've been dealing with this. Anyway, it's part and parcel, right, of the job. All right, so, bee. Nearly got stung by a bee. This lime tree is attracting gazillions of bees. So look at that. We're gonna have a gazillion limes by the end of November. So even though it's got gall wasp, this tree, right? Even though it's got gall wasp, guys, it's setting gazillions of limes. And I need to trim it. Can you hear how it's rubbing? In there, the sound? The rubbing sound, there it is. It's right there. Hang on, let me zoom in. That there is where it's rubbing. It's resting on that other branch and that one there too. Yeah, I need to do a lot of trimming, guys, a lot of work. So yeah, the cherries have set, or are setting, right? Much easier, less problems than the American pawpaw. And this loves the sun. The cool climate trees like cherries, they love direct hot sun. They're not sooks. They love hot sun. Yeah, here's another one here. This is still flowering. Wow. But at the same time, it's set all this fruit. Can you hear the creaking sounds from the Tahiti lime? Yeah, so as you can see, I cleaned up, guys. I cleaned up house. Back-breaking work. Now, when I started at 35, I didn't feel any pain at all. After 5 hours of cleaning, of mowing or whatever I did, I would like have a glass of water, sit down for 10 minutes, and it's like, let's go, another 5 hours. And I was overweight and unhealthy. I was in bad shape at 35. And yet, guys, I had 10 times more energy than I do now that I'm far more healthy and slimmer. Crazy what age does. All right, so guess what? This guy's getting out of here. Look, dieback. This is the black sapoti seedling, which I've had for 10 years. So we're not going to wait any longer. I got trees over there that are waiting. They're waiting to go in the ground, as I've said before. So, sorry, he got 3 chances. You know, three chances, 3 strikes and you're out. Yeah, look, I'm sure I can get him to come back if I pampered him and did whatever, but I've lost interest. 3 strikes and you're out. I need to put another tree there, and I've chosen the Moore Park apricot. Wow. Oh my God. These guys are so easy to grow. Plant and forget, plant and forget, plant and forget. Yeah, now they say the black sapoti is easy to grow. It's related to the persimmon. Well, that's a really dumb statement. Or you've never had black sapoti, right? They're not easy to grow at all. Yes, they are related to persimmon, but that's where the commonality ends. They're nothing like persimmon to grow in a cool climate. I'm not talking about the Daintree. Yeah, in the Daintree they're easy as persimmon, but not down here in Victoria. I've killed like 10 of those black sapotes. And did you see how well the main one is doing in the front? Huh? Yeah. Well, guess what? That one is the only winner. Look at all the rest. They're all like this. They all turned out to be like this. Hardly as easy as a persimmon. Hardly as easy. So when anyone tells you black sapoti is easy to grow as a persimmon, laugh at him. Because I've got the evidence right there that it's nowhere near as easy as persimmon. All right, what else? But that doesn't mean you can't do it. I did it. But it took 10 attempts, 10 goes to get it right. 10 trees. Oh, but that never happens with an apricot. Apricot, 10 trees, 10 success stories. Persimmon, you can get a dud. I've had a couple of duds. But that was my fault. I tried to grow them in pots. Not a good idea, guys. I had 3 giant persimmons from the nursery. I paid $100 for each one. They were like 2 meters, and I put them in big pots, right? Big pots. This is like 12 years ago. And they died. They died, man. $300 down the drain. So persimmons belong in the ground, not in pots. All right, so what else? Yeah, this Tamarula now starting to drop its leaves from last year. There you go. I don't know if that's cold damage or just changing seasons. Right, the older ones are going down and the new ones are coming up. Hang on. There. The new leaves together with fruit. Flowers, fruit. So it's a shift of leaves, just like the avocado here. Hang on. Where are we? Yeah, there you go. This one. So when you see this on your avocado, don't worry, guys. The tree's not sick. Look, these are all going to drop over the next 2 months. And the replacement of the new leaves is finished by January. Around New Year's, second week of January. That's when all the old leaves have fallen and the new leaves have replaced the old. Yeah, so there's my Jonathan apple. Right, another easy peasy tree for the cool climate. The mangoes here, I cut off the dead growth and now it's starting to go backwards. I don't know why. This branch here. That's not a good sign. I hope it stops going back. Right. I put the tree, the what do you call it? The grass clippings around it. Yep, and the same with the other ones. Grass clippings on the guava. Guava never complains. Mangoes complain. Mangoes are complain. It's not guavas. So grass clippings on him. This is the other mango, but he's going forwards. Look, it's grown all this in the last 2 weeks. When we got back home from our getaway, it was up to there. It was just that there. And now, wow, thank you very much. So he's happy. He's happy. I think the King Thai's happy too. I don't know, it's just getting that dye back on that Suki branch. The Thai mango, the Thai guava, grass clippings, not a complainer. Up against his trunk, yes. Right up against his trunk is not a complainer. Not a complainer. There's complainer trees and there's non-complainer trees, guys. So when I say don't do this, that you did that, that's why? Really? Well, what about the other trees? How come they didn't get affected by the same action? Huh? Yeah, no one can answer that question. So there's complainer trees and there's non-complainer trees. Yeah, this is the Nam Doc May. He's doing the same there, where I cut off the tip, like the King Thai, going back. But if the worst comes to the worst, I'll just cut that off down in there if he keeps going back to the trunk. Meanwhile, he's on pause. He's waiting for hot weather. We're going to get a couple of hot days coming up, 26 and 31. He'll love that. And by the way, mangoes stop complaining when the temperature hits 30 degrees. Funny. There's Suki when it's in the teens and 20s, and then once the temperature hits 30, it's like, woo! We're not going to complain anymore. The complaining ends. Unbelievable. All right, so what else? Oh, check out the Hass. Yeah, but they're a little smaller this year. They're nowhere as big as they were in the years past. And I think that's due to the lack of rainfall, right? I wasn't here to water them in winter. We're talking winter, not spring. And no rainfall, guys. Hardly any rain. Look how small these are. I've never seen a Hass this small. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Usually they're about that big. These are almost half the size. Not all of them, most of them. Yeah, there are exceptions. But, you know, again, it's, what's the word again? This one is a nice one. There's a lot of them that are normal size. yeah, just being grateful that we can get this many avocado. That's a good one. That's how they're meant to be, like that. That's a typical size. Not, what's this? What the heck is that? Huh? What the heck is that? Looks like a cashew. Yeah, so water, guys. We had bugger all water in winter. Yeah, I'm pretty wrapped with the, looks like it's gonna rain. I'm pretty wrapped with the wax jambu. It's raining on my shoulder. I wanted to make a long video, and it looks like it's going to be a short video. I had to water the jabuticaba because this was really thirsty, really thirsty. So I watered the heck out of that, and I gave it some azalea rhododendron fertilizer, just for him, just for this guy. What else? The lychee is waking up slowly but surely. Yeah, pretty much you saw everything else in the past video, but I just wanted to show you guys. It's a lot of hard work. Yeah, in the garden. Oh, and there's the veggie beds, which I started to fill up with soil and straw and blah blah blah, right? Yep, it's raining. Yeah, so we've got a bird here nesting. Not a good spot, guy. I gotta grab my, every time I come in to get my mandarins, he flies out. There he is, he's looking at us. See him in there? So I got him, and I got another bird nesting as well in one of the orange trees over there. So I got two birds nesting. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna cut it short. So this could have been a 1 hour video, and it rained overnight, which was good. Not much, maybe 2 mils. And today I think we're gonna get 5 mils. We need the rain. Yeah, so what else? A lot of work. I've got to pull out the loquats and the bananas from the greenhouse that were meant to be protecting the star apples and the abu. Right, they need water, so I have to do that today before the rain starts. That was the plan. I've got to thin out this apple tree. Someone on the channel reminded me to do that because the branches will snap. Right, it's only been in the ground 2 years, guys, but I've got over 100 apples on this multi-grafted apple tree. So I've got to do that as well, right? Just like that. Get rid of these little ones. There you go. Oh, wow. They're clingy. That one, and do it like that, right? Well, we'll do it with 2 hands. Get rid of half of them. Unfortunately, I still haven't propped up the rocoto, but I did pick most of the chilies. See how it's fallen over from the winds that we had over August/September. That bed's ready. This bed is almost ready. That bed's ready. Been working my bum off. The Angela's going to town with mulberries. Uncovered the Rollinia. Just pulled through, man. Must have been bloody cold in August. I uncovered it so I can get some rainfall. And I saw new growth. Well, when you see new growth, that means it's starting to rock and roll. It's picking up the warmer temperature. So I thought that was a good time to get the ball rolling on the Rollinia seedling. And there's the fruit that never made it. Right? Wow, it looks like I'm gonna have to cover this every winter for its whole life. Can you believe it? This is a 7-year-old Rollinia tree, 7 years old, and it still needs nurturing. What? Oh man, who's got time for that? Yeah, so it's raining, guys. Just quickly. Let's see what I did here. Oh, I didn't do anything. Let's see what happened here. over winter. June, July, August. Must have been a very cold winter for the Rollinia to just survive with a frost cloth. With a frost cloth, it just survived. And by the way, there's a lot of dieback here too. Look, look, dieback, guys. Dieback all over. Yeah, not as, actually it's not that bad, but dieback with a frost cloth. All right. Oh, someone is thirsty. Thirsty, 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 thirsty. Wow, these guys are super thirsty. I neglected them. I watered them 2 weeks ago. These loquats. 2 weeks ago I watered them. They're in pots, not in the ground. And they're... What's the temperature in here? It's probably a lot warmer than outside. 20. Yeah, well outside it's 17. Not much difference. Anyway, look. There's your star apple in Melbourne. Unheated greenhouse, not heated. Unheated, guys. Disaster or what? And there's the Abiu. There it is. Another disaster. And the other star apple. Hang on. There. Kaimito we're talking, guys. Right? And the other Abiu. Disaster. Yeah, so that's the story with the 4 trees. Let's see. Yep, it's moist. It's not that it dried out. It's not wet. It's just moist. And there's the roots. Right? I don't know if they're alive. Let me scratch them. No way. I checked a month ago and they were dead. Yeah. No. No way. Must have been a brutal winter. That's all I gotta say. Brutal. Yeah, brutal winter. Yeah, brutal. Yeah, we tried, guys. We tried everything. Well, I was gonna put a frost cloth on each one of them for that double measure, but I thought, come on, that's going over the top. And here's the tree for those that are non-native speakers. There it is. Oh, that's the white one. Okay, I think that's more cold sensitive, not sure. And back there is the purple one. Yeah, but anyway. So I've got to pull these out. These need water, or actually I'm just going to water them with a water can there to save the trouble of lifting them up. So I don't want to get soaked. And I just want to relax today after all that garden work I did yesterday. Yeah, can you see how... And loquats and bananas are tough. These are the toughest guys in town. And yet, they're gasping. So forget about it, man. Forget about it. Yeah. Alright, guys. Yeah, look at the wind. What the wind did. August and September. Wind damage. Yeah, I haven't cleaned it up yet. Been doing other things. What else? Yeah, I want to get rid of one of these bananas here that's spent to give the see that one there, to give the macadamia some see the macadamia trunk right next to the banana, give the macadamia some space, man. Wow, talk about crowded. But I had to leave that banana there to prop up these other guys with the winds whilst we were gone. The winds. So he was a prop with the bungee cords, like this. You're not going anywhere, buddy. This guy here, you're not going anywhere. And the other guy on the other side that's got a banana bell on him. Let's have a look. That guy there, right? So that's the reason I left him over winter. Yeah. So in here I'm gonna put the choco, which you saw in the previous video, the vegetable. There's the monkey jack. He's okay, just hanging on. What else? The green sapoti, has he started to flower yet or what? I saw flower buds starting to push couple of weeks ago. Oh, there they are. They're still tiny. Yeah, there they are. Hang on. There they are, those three. Oh gee, come on, focus. Focus. Yeah, those, see those? That's the green sapodi. Starting to push. Yeah, so anything else? Yeah, there's a couple more in there. Yeah, so anywho, there's a new banana that's coming. Right? Continuous supply of bananas, guys, all year. The flat seedless flat, whatever it's called, persimmon. Chompu longan. And what else? I've got to clean back these gingers. They've collapsed with the winds. And I think that's about it back here, guys. We've done a full loop. The macadamia here, the seedlings gone to town. Wow, it's got thousands of flowers, and there's a lot of nuts on the ground I've got to pick up if I find time, that is. Right? If I find time, guys. Remember, we're also avid beachgoers. So we spend all our free time at the beach, not just hanging around fruit trees. Look at all the flower petals from the Tahiti lime. Isn't that pretty? Huh? Yeah, so half our time is spent at the beach in spring/summer. It's equally as important to us to be in nature. Well, nature, the sea. This is nature as well, but it's lacking the sea, guys. The sea is very important for optimal health and diet, nature, and meditation. In other words, no stress. So that's the video, guys. Back here in the backyard. What else can I show you? This is nice now that it's all open with the pine trees gone. Let's quickly go to the front now that the rain stopped. I might be able to film something there for you too. You can see more work that I've done there. The frangipani is getting ready to open. Just barely make out. I don't know what they're called, but see these guys here, they're ready to push. Ready to push. That's a great sign. Makes me so happy to see them going forward instead of backwards. Here it went backwards on this arm here. Can you hear it? It's dried out. It's dead. And I'm afraid of watering it because just like papaya, these are big sooks. I've only watered it once in the last 2 months. Once in 2 months. And I only gave him 1 liter of water and 1 liter for him. And I think it's time now to give him another drink, especially with the 31 Celsius we're going to be getting in a couple of days. Yeah, that's super dry. That soil is extremely dry. Like, oh, there's nothing there, man. Bone dry. But the thing is, I can't go under to see if it's wet at the bottom roots here. I can't go down there with my finger, so there's no way for me to measure the bottom unless I use a tool. Yeah. All right, let's go and have a look at and there's more vegetables. Yeah, man, we went back and bought some more vegetables. I'll show you the ones I put in the ground already. Yeah, it's a yucky day today, but that's all right. Yucky days are good for working in the garden. They're great for digging, planting, trimming, anything, everything, because you don't sweat so much. There's the jackfruit, nice and happy. Look at the wax jambu, man. How's that for a total winner after winter, huh? Remember, this was covered with a frost cloth, as was the jackfruit. champions. I cut off some of the dead growth there on that little stick, and that was just about the only damage that he got. And up there too, cut off that as well. See that dead stick there? I just cut off the end. Yeah, so that's about it for the whole tree. Only those 2 points there were dried up. So the gland, we're waiting for the gland to start blooming. Right now he's still in wake up mode, so he's going to go to town. The Suriname cherry keeps pushing more flowers. He's been shooting out flowers for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. More and more and more and more and more and more and more. Flowers after flowers. He won't stop flowering. But where is the damn fruit, man? I'm waiting for the first fruitlets. In over 10 years. What's going on? Is he the biggest, you know what tease? Huh? What is it with this flower show? What the heck? Yeah, I don't know what's up with him. Strange, because when the feijoa flowers, which it's getting ready to push these buds open. Most of them get set. He's not even setting one fruit. Unbelievable. All right. As you can see, I mowed here too. Big job, guys. So yeah, I put in some beans just to start off. I left the back reserved for eggplants. The eggplants are going in there in about a week. I put mulch on the bananas, lettuce, celery, mulch on the pomegranate, and silver beet, chard, and mulch. My neighbor's mulch on the pomegranate, and boy, it's happy. Thank you very, very, very much. And as you can see, mulch on the Wampy, mulch on the super duper gazupa incredible black sapote, the one that's really easy to grow, not. More mulch there in the banana there. Everyone got mulch. Happy days, right? I uncovered the little jackfruit here so I can get some rain. It's first rainfall for what? Let's see. 5 months. Over 5 months. He hasn't had any rain. And he's still alive. How's that possible? Let's see if he's going to wake up here. I saw something earlier. This is the J33 seedling. I don't know. Let's see. Something's going on in there. Something very, very minor. Yeah, but good news, he's alive. He made it. The seedling mango. Right. He's just waiting for some warm weather. In Sydney, they've had 30 Celsius every single bloody day for the first 2 weeks of October. Every bloody day in Sydney. And it's not even tropical, man. And we haven't had a single day of 30 Celsius. Not one. Not one. Well, how's the mango going to push when it's only 18? Huh? Okay, the papaya is still on standby, waiting for heat. He's waiting for heat too. He's not going to do anything unless the temperature hits 30 Celsius. I uncovered the black, is it the black gold? Hang on. Yeah, the black gold jackfruit seedling. I uncovered him as well yesterday in anticipation of the rain we're going to get. I want him to get some rain. They react to rain instantly, the tropicals. The tropicals love rain, but they hate tap water. I've said this before. All right, what else? I gave this Jaboticaba azalea mix as well. The giant, right? Look how happy he looks. He just came out of winter too. Very happy. Jaboticaba does even better than most other trees, but again, slow. I trimmed the Anonas, the custard apples and the not the cherry, yeah, and the cherry moyas. You'll see those shortly. There's another black sapote that's doing great. That's the free gift I got from Dailies a couple of years ago. Look how great he's doing compared to the one I'm gonna pull out. Huh? Compared to the one I'm gonna pull out. Urgh. The figs got mulch, heavy, thick mulch. They're gonna say thank you. They won't sook. They're not gonna complain like the other complainers. Oh, it's near my trunk. It's touching my trunk. Get out of here. No complaints from the figs ever. Figs never complain. This is the Paxton Prolific. They're just about ready. I think this might even be dried up. A dud. Yeah, it wasn't a good season. And I pruned the heck out of this, as you can see. The other KP or Bowen seedling, he's waiting for 30 cells. Everyone's waiting for... he's waiting for 30. He's waiting for 30. All these guys are waiting for 30 Celsius. Yeah. The pomelo, see all these flower buds? Look at them. Can you count how many Nam Roy pomelo flowers there are? Guys, this is ridiculous. Look. There's thousands of them. Yeah. Everyone's waiting for 30 Celsius. And this happens every year in October. The lychee, he got the mulch. Oh, check out the kumquat. Wow, stellar. Yeah, I butchered the guava, the Indian white. What else, guys? Oh, I uncovered the canistel again in anticipation for the rainfall. He hasn't had a drop of rain in 5 months. And it came through okay-ish. There was a dead branch I cut off here. Completely dry. Oh, here it is here. This one. Yeah, so here was right there. Side branch. That one there. See that? The main branch. The main leader died. And this side shoot has taken over. Oh, man. What else? I uncovered the Mamey sapote. He's going to push new growth when we get that 30 Celsius. He's waiting for heat as well. Everyone's waiting for heat. So am I, by the way. The plum trees that I butchered, look how they've come back. Wow, stellar comeback. But we missed the season of fruit. When you butcher a tree this hard, you miss out on a whole season of fruit. That's okay, guys. Come on. The dwarf plums, which I also, well, I didn't butcher them, I just trimmed them. We're going to get their plums instead, right? And that's adequate for 1 year to get the dwarf plum bounty. Look at this one, it's super loaded, right? These are actually prunes, which are even better than plums. So, yeah, it's all right. We'll see you next year. Thank you very much. What else? I tied up the Tommy Atkins mango to the stakes there. Oh, the Jala has taken off. First signs of movement. Yeehaw! Wow, the first signs of movement on the Jala, which is excellent. But nothing on the reed. The reed is sleeping. Pruned back the cherry moya. Put up supports on the dragon fruit structure. See that black stake? And a black stake there and another black one back there. So I've got 3 pickets to hold up the frame, just in case this camellia, this dead camellia, snaps. Well, now it can snap all at once. It won't fall. I finally got that job done. That job was waiting for over a year. I just made it before I decided to collapse. What else? Oh yeah, I pruned back the what's his name? Dr. White cherry moya. Gave him a hard butchering, right? Height and sides. The same with that cherry moya, another Dr. White over there, that one. Yeah, guys, I've been busy. All right. And I got to pull out that dead mango, the sweetheart, out with her, and out with this blueberry jam. I'm gonna plant some of the new stuff that I bought recently. I don't know if I should put my chaya tree somewhere here. The chaya, you know, the spinach, or babako. I've got about 20 babakos that I need to plant around the garden. Yeah, what else? The blood orange is going to town with flowers. Yeah. By the way, I watered all these trees a few days ago. I spent 4 hours watering everything here, deep watering, except the mangoes. I didn't deep water those. All the temperate trees and citrus, deep watering, deep. So that took another half a day. There's the carob. A lot of carobs. We've got to find something to do with them this coming season. The lychee doing its thing. Yeah, check out the bacon avocado, guys. Wow, so impressive. By the way, the bacon avocado was the first avocado I planted 16 years ago, and it died because I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't aware of their sensitivity to wet feet. So now, 15 years later, raised bed. Raised bed. Can't go wrong, right? I watered the heck out of this a couple of days ago, and the shepherd with the tap water, like 10 minutes on high pressure, each one of them. That's to supplement any rainfall we get. Yeah, they need a lot of water, especially now during the flowering stage and the transition of leaves. Look at the size of this leaf that came off the bacon. That looks like a tropical size leaf from the tropics. That's how big they get in far north Queensland, the avocado leaves. Look. Wow, wowee. So, yeah, there they are under there. Big whoppers. So, and you can see all the cuttings here from the cherry moya that I trimmed, this tree here. Look at all that. What else? I think that's about it, guys. I'm rambling. Our red Shatut mulberries are almost turning red. Another week or two. So probably the end of October. Right, there you go. The first sign of red. So that'll probably start turning, I'm guessing around the 20th to the 25th and into the first week of September. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, red. I've got to get a net for this though and cover the tree with a net. And I think that's a wrap. That is a wrap. Isn't it wonderful? Spring, for me, spring truly starts in October, not so much August. See, I think there's 2 springs, August, September, which is early spring, and then October, November, which is proper spring, true spring. Yeah, and that's where we are now. We're in that second, later part of spring, which is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I think the phone is telling me the storage is full. That's why it's doing this skipping. All right, guys. Let's finish off with a banana. The bananas! The bananas are ready. Woohoo! All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and thanks for subscribing too. See you from the next one. Bye. Wow, what a beauty. What a beauty. We've got one rack there, and we've got another one back there, sitting on the roof. That's literally sitting on the roof tiles. Thankfully it's not moving in the wind. It's resting. And then we've got this one here. That one, third rack. Beautiful. All right, guys. Over and out.